After its prelude, the first dance movement of every Bach Cello Suite is the Allemande, the German dance. The D Major Cello Suite's Allemande is very atypical. Instead of the usual Baroque 8th and 16th note texture, like the courant at the bottom of the page, here you can see that at the top, this Allemande is suddenly black with 32nd and 64th notes. Only one other Allemande in all 12 of Bach's works for unaccompanied strings exhibits anything like that degree of rhythmic detail. It's from the B minor violin partita BWV 1002. The first logical question, then, is why did Bach suddenly construct a traditional dance with unusual rhythms? What's he really doing here? A quick examination reveals that he's writing out very complex French-style ornaments longhand. It's actually possible to strip them away, to reveal the movement's underlying structure, which turns out to be very similar to the Allemandes from his first and fifth cello suites. In fact, Heinrich Schenker originally began to conceive his famous idea of graphic analysis by eliminating ornamentation in exactly this way. The next logical question then becomes, why did Bach write them out in longhand? Are they perhaps intended as pedagogical examples for his students? Did he intend that his performers invent ornaments similar to these, then insert them elsewhere in his works? Oliver Wimsett and Aubrey Beardsley argued in a very influential 1946 essay entitled The Intentional Fallacy that this very question is not only unanswerable, it's irrelevant. But for more and more performers, it remains a stubborn one that won't go away. At least one adventurous cellist attempted to answer it during the early 1980s by recording each suite with virtually every note embellished, strictly according to advice given him by some of the world's most distinguished ornamentation specialists. That recording put a 900-pound gorilla in the room. Every dance genre of the Baroque suite is defined rhythmically. Embellishments can easily obliterate each dance's distinctive character. For that reason, most musicians today, unfortunately, choose to sidestep the question. I personally believe Bach wrote the ornamentation in this Allemande and the one from the B minor violin partita to illustrate the apex of an entire art form that's very dimly understood today. Notice his ornamentation in this movement, as free and florid as it certainly is, never once gets in the way of the music's structural clarity or the underlying dance genre. It seems Bach is showing how far one can take embellishments without distracting from a movement's integrity. The late legendary pianist and pedagogue György Sebők once said, "I am not a specialist in ornamentation, and I do not like specialists in ornamentation." Possibly his reservations were founded over heated disagreements between the 20th century's two most influential writers on the subject, Robert Donington and Frederick Neumann, which appeared in the Journal of the American Musicological Society during the mid-1960s. When the dust settled, many performers were left with the impression that embellishments are like butter on toast, something that gets smeared all over the score. In Bach's music, that idea ignores minute details, serving as clues how to do the job properly. Some of Bach's pupils made clear in writing that for him, the question of good ornamentation wasn't only about appropriateness, it was an absolute underlying necessity. We know that Bach considered ornamentation just as much part of the music as the written text. Although Bach left us a table of ornaments, unfortunately, because they were improvised, we have only contradictory a priori assumptions and no direct experience of his embellishments as he applied them. Rhythmic variants in the earliest editions of the same music aside, we have little or no idea how contemporaneous performers may have inflected the written text. In this Allemande, Bach spells out for us how embellishments can serve harmonic, even contrapuntal functions. Studying it very carefully can illuminate how future performers should, I would even say must, embellish his music.